I'm Nic Metoxen, and I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes this past fall. So type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune disease where your body attacks your islet cells in your pancreas and actually stops producing insulin, whereas type 2 diabetes is your pancreas is making insulin all the same, your body just resists it, so you're not making as much as you need. So essentially I have to compensate myself, my body's insulin for whatever I eat throughout every day. Dry mouth, that was probably the most annoying one that kind of persisted over 3 months. I ended up losing a lot of weight. I just had an unquenchable thirst. That's the main part that I remember the most. I was sleepy most of the day. I was sleeping 12 hours a day and still wanting to take naps throughout the day. And I was just tired. I couldn't really walk up a flight of steps without losing my breath and getting tired. Subrelief adventure instructor with Oneida Experiential Adventures. So I was on a camping trip for work. And we were on a bike ride, and I'm used to biking 20 miles. I just did 30 miles about a month ago, no problem. And I was on like mile 2, and I was struggling, and it got to the point where I had to call it off while I was working. You know, I had elders and little kids passing me up, which I'm not used to, and I ended up leaving that job early. And I was on a Friday and I was sick the rest of the weekend, and I went to the health center that following Monday morning, and the health center actually called the ambulance on me. Said my blood sugar was super high. It was at over 300, and I hadn't eaten since Friday, 3 days. So I'm just trying to really stay on top of my numbers to keep my diabetes in check. Not going too crazy with the snacks between meals unless I'm working or really moving around or anything like that. And yeah, so I'm taking 4 shots a day, checking my blood sugar 5 days on a slow day. If I'm on a work day doing a lot of programming, a lot of biking and climbing, I'm checking 10 or so times a day. Looking at there's a lot of technology out there. I'm looking at getting a Dexcom device right now. Hopefully by the time this video airs, I'll be wearing one that gives me a constant blood sugar check every 5 minutes. So the technology is definitely something that's going to help me out with this type. Just try my best not to get burnt out. I know that's a thing that a lot of people talk about happens, but you know, just being careful and checking constantly. Advice I would say would be to just try your best not to get burnt out, and don't beat yourself up over a couple high numbers. I mean, I know there was a time when I was my hardest critic. You know, I would see anything over 140 and I would just be mad at myself. But you know, I think you need to give yourself some slack in the beginning, give yourself a chance to learn your body, because you got to know your body more than most people know their body when you have type 1 diabetes. So you know, give yourself a chance, because it is a learning curve.